So let me give you guys what I think the top 10 should be, and then we're going to compare it to the end. Oh, sorry, hold on. I got to do my YouTube intro. Well, hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Time for your daily dose of content slop. Today, we're going to be doing and reviewing the Forbes greatest bands list, which apparently is pretty good. So I don't know about you guys, but I think the top like 5 bands are pretty much a lock. You could probably put them in like different orders. More Megadeth deep dives are so good. I just started writing another deep dive today, and it is on Megadeth, off a song on Rust in Peace. So expect that in probably about a week or so. But I think number one, I think you have to go with Black Sabbath number one, right? I don't know. Like, if you aren't going to place the band that, was the genesis of metal number one. Now, number two, I think number two should be Metallica. Now, I think Metallica could probably also go number one, just based off just how massive they are. Cough, death. Dude, I swear to God, if death isn't on the list, like what are we going to do here? You know what I mean? I'll riot. I swear to God. Number 3, I think you have to go for Judas Priest. Am I wrong here? Been around since the early 70s. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. You guys guessed it. You feel like Iron Maiden's going to be 3rd. I would put Iron Maiden probably 4th of most important bands. I really think you could make an argument for each one of these bands. Maybe like the top 3 you could probably switch around. But, that's my opinion. Like, what are you guys thinking? Megadeth? Dude, I don't think Megadeth is top 5 most important bands of all time. Like, I love Megadeth, you know what I mean? But I don't really think they are top 10 of all time. I'm going to try not to swear so much this time because I got the last stream demonetized because I sweared so much. So I'm going to be careful. I think like this top 4 is pretty much a lock. I don't really think you could argue, I don't think you could, put a different band in the top 4 here. Come on, swear some more, bro. Bro, you see what I'm wearing? I was waiting tables all day. You think I want to continue to do that? Bro, I'm trying to make some cash on YouTube, bro. Come on. Okay, so number 5, though, I think you might have to go Motorhead. Number 6. Now, so I'm trying to think here in terms of like influence, in terms of commercial success, in terms of quality of music. I agree with Ozzy Osbourne solo band. Number 7, we're going to go with Slayer. Just the impact and influence that Slayer has had on all the different extreme genres of music. Like, modern hardcore is basically just Rain and Blood, death metal, black metal. Like, there's so much important music that comes from sort of Rain and Blood. Number 8, I think you can safely put Pantera at number 8. Now, love them or hate them, I think just the cultural impact that Mayhem has had is so incredibly profound and powerful that I think you really have to put them on the greatest bands of all time. Now, for number 10, I think, this one's hard, but I think you could probably go like Slipknot. I'm going to do like a little cop-out on this one. Slipknot / Korn. Anyway, so this is sort of my top 10 list. Yeah, personally, I would put Megadeth or Death here. But, top 10, they're surely like top 20 musically, like way up there. But when you sort of take into account like all the factors, I guess you could say. But yeah, remember to like the stream, you guys. And let's get into Forbes's list. All right, let me get in here. Let me start reading the list here. Cheers. Got the Diet Coke. You know the vibes, boys. You know the vibes. Hold on. I got to put on the glasses because I have terrible eyesight. So the guy who's writing this is Quentin Thang Singer. He's a contributor. So I'm not sure if that means he's employed by Forbes. So they might have had like an outside list. I really feel like Forbes is sort of probably getting their most traffic they ever did. So I don't know. So I feel like they might have hired somebody else outside, I guess. But also, like, dude, like 38's like a weird number. You know what I mean? Like, why not do 40? Why not do 50? Why 38? It just seems like such a strange number. Like, Forbes is, like, to me, Forbes is like the business, and sort of like economics newspaper. This would be like if The Economist made a top 10 metal band list. You know what I mean? It's just strange. So I think that's why it's getting so much buzz. Plus, get the slop content out, get them views. So actually, what we're going to do is I'll read the list, and then we'll go watch the Nick Nocturnal video that he posted about it too. Forbes wants to show notifications. Yeah, how about No. Since it was established in the early 1970s, heavy metal has long stood out as one of the most popularized alternative cultures in contemporary music. That sounds AI generated. Throughout the genre's existence, there's been a countless number of subgenres created under the heavy metal umbrella. It's always been a difficult task to pinpoint what the genre's most iconic and greatest bands are. That kind of sounds like ChatGPT wrote that. I don't know about you guys. The one thing, before we get into the list, one thing I'm very curious of is most metal lists really ignore metalcore and deathcore and the soul and the whole sort of core side of it. So I really think that Killswitch Engage or Trivium needs to be on these lists. Like, those are huge bands. And just think of the influence that they have had on, you know, the metalcore scene at large. Because I would argue the metalcore scene has probably been just as big, if not bigger than like the regular boomer metal scene for a very long time. You know, not counting, you know, Metallica, you know, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, like those huge bands. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, metalcore is so popular, it's like foolish to ignore it. Anyways, this list of iconic metal bands was created with the entire history of the heavy metal genre in mind. Doubt. While it's impossible to include all metal subgenres in this type of list, okay, so that just proves to me it's not going to be any metalcore at all. Okay, I'm just going to skip this. This is all blah, blah, blah. Number 38, Carcass. Pretty respectable pick, honestly, for number 38. Hard work, great sort of proto-melodic death metal. You have, you know, their more grindcore albums. They even have, like, some death and roll stuff with Swan Song. So I can definitely respect that. I like Carcass. Dude, that's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. I listened to Rika Future Dookie. Number 37, At the Gates. Okay. What was this guy's name again? Supposedly Quentin. Okay, Quentin. Okay, I see you. At the Gates, right? You know, Slaughter the Soul, sort of pioneer melodic death metal. Although I don't really think it really was like In Flames who kind of really nailed the sound to me. But, you know, yeah, didn't they just like release Slaughter the Soul and then just break up, basically? Here's an Unreal Sick album. Okay, bye. But yeah, okay, I can definitely respect that pick. So far, some really good picks, honestly. So far, some really good picks, actually. Number 36, Exodus. Exodus were at the forefront of the Bay Area thrash metal scene in the early 80s. I can definitely respect Exodus. Top 40 Exodus. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Now, I can only play, like, a small little bit. But yeah, I do love Fabulous Disaster Bag. This is great. Yeah, that's a great song. Terrible album cover, though. But yeah, Exodus, okay. Okay, so far, so good. So far, so good. Number 35, Behemoth. Interesting pick for sure. Standing is quite possibly the most successful extreme metal band that bears elements of Norwegian black metal. Would they be the most successful, bro? Is Cradle of Filth bigger than Behemoth? That would be the question. Is Cradle of Filth on this list? That'd be a really good question. ChatGPT has ruined good writing. Agreed. Candlemass better be on this list, or I'm about to start tweaking. Dude, I definitely agree. If you're gonna do and have such a grandiose opening thesis statement up to what your sort of article is going to be like, you better have all the stuff on it. Napalm Death at number 34. The British extreme metal outfit Napalm Death only helped establish the grindcore subgenre. I think Napalm Death, one of the only metal bands that you can listen to an entire song of theirs on YouTube. You know, obviously. Yeah, honestly, I almost think that you could move Napalm Death up higher, to be quite honest. Like 1987, 33, Caius. Now, Caius, this is definitely not a band that I was expecting to see. Yeah, Caius is great. I love Fatso Forgetso. That's a great track. Demon Cleaner. The Palm Desert metal outfit Caius is best known for kickstarting the desert rock and stoner metal scenes of the early 90s, incredibly based. While the band had a rather short-lived career during its active years, Caius produced some of the most beloved stoner metal records of the day, with Wretch, Blues for the Red Sun, and Welcome to Sky Valley. After the band split up in 1995, guitarist Josh Homme would go on to form the world-renowned rock act Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah, dude, I think Caius is a really good pick, and I think, 33. I think that's a really good spot. What is my favorite Caius song here? Let's see. Where is Fatso Forgetso? Yeah, this song is just great. Just pure riffage, bros. Yeah, great. Oh, look, is that me? Is that me? What am I doing here? I could have done so much better. Okay, sorry. Back to the list. Okay, yeah, 33, Caius. I could definitely appreciate that. What are you guys thinking? Number 32, we got Dream Theater, the Prague Gods. Dream Theater, I think 32 is a very fine location for them. Number 31, Nightwish. Yeah, I think Nightwish, that's totally a great spot for Nightwish. Big fan of Nightwish. Good stuff, good vocals, and I think this might be one of the best live performances of all time. God, look at how majestic that is. The hollow body, double-necked bass and guitar. Like, this is some Geddy Lee type stuff. Any Rush fans in the building? Any Rush fans? Yeah, I think Nightwish, definitely a really solid band. Very influential, and just judging on the amount of comments on some of my videos requesting Nightwish, yeah, I think you could definitely put them. Anyways, let's keep moving. I'm spending a lot of time. Number 30, King Diamond. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. King Diamond's good. Would you put them in, like, the top 50 metal bands of all time, though? Maybe. I don't know. 30 though? Can you really call them like top 30? Maybe. Okay, Quentin. Okay, I can see you. Danzig. Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see it. Sure. I agree. So Converge. Now, okay, interesting. I was saying at the beginning of this that it'd be interesting to see if they mention any metalcore. To this day, Jane Doe is largely regarded as the album that kickstarted the metalcore subgenre into becoming the face of modern metal. I mean, is that true though? Metalcore sort of started to become the face of the metal, which is when, like, 2004, when you had Bullet for My Valentine's, The Poison, Killswitch Engage came out as well. You had Trivium. Like, that is where I think it really became the face of metal. And I'm very curious to see if they have any of those bands here. But big respect, Converge at 28. I can definitely appreciate and agree with that. All right, Cannibal Corpse, number 27. I feel like you could make an argument for them to be higher. Right off the bat, I think you probably could. Just for pure representation of death metal, I guess. Like, I think when normies think of death metal, or even non-death metal fans who also like metal, I guess, I think Cannibal Corpse is like the default death metal band, if that makes any sense to you. So I feel like you could put them higher than 27. They're overrated. I feel like Cannibal Corpse is a very rated band. You know what I mean? Cannibal Corpse's influence has stretched some of metal's most popularized. Dude, why does it keep saying popularized? Dude, this is what's telling me it's ChatGPT. That, like, popularized. I think this is a ChatGPT list. But hey, I want that delicious slop content. So we're gonna keep going. Number 26, Anthrax. 26, maybe that's a bit high, honestly. I don't know. Maybe. Well, we'll see what it has to say. Widely known as being part of metal's Big Four. Okay, if Anthrax wasn't known as part of the Big Four, would they be nearly as big? Like, imagine if the collective metal conscience just picked Exodus to be, like, part of the Big Four. You know what I mean? Instead we got Anthrax. Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Anthrax has eaten off the plate of being included in the Big Four for so long, and I'm really not too sure if it's that justified. I'm glad you guys agree. Agree. Anthrax, disagree. You could have put this higher on the list, or probably honestly have omitted them entirely, to be honest. Number 25, Meshuggah. Okay, I feel like there is a good argument to be made of Meshuggah top 10. Is that a hot take? Is that a hot take to you guys? Meshuggah top 10? Just think of the influence that Meshuggah has had on nearly every single metal band, pretty much like ever since. Boiling hot take? Bro, come on, dude. Or this is probably one of the best videos on the metal side of YouTube for sure.
Yeah, this is stuff Meshuggah does.
Go watch this video. Every time I hear Meshuggah, I call them Meshuggah now. Thanks, Ben. That's another thing, too. Like, some of these bands sort of wane in popularity over the years. Meshuggah is only seen to continue to gain momentum. The Meshuggah snowball is huge and very powerful. Anyways, let's continue on. Number 24, Machine Head. I don't know. I'm with you guys here. Machine Head, good band, pretty popular. But number 24 of all time, I don't know. I don't know about that one, honestly. I don't know. I think, like Anthrax, you could put them much higher or omit them off this list entirely, and I think that would be totally fine. Number 23, Lamb of God. Okay, Lamb of God definitely are a metalcore band, and I could almost even see people calling them a deathcore band in the early days. You know, like New American Gospel. That's a lot of death metal on there and a lot of hardcore and a lot of, you know what I mean? So definitely. But I think 23, they're very popular despite being very heavy. I think you could safely put them at number 23, to be honest with you. I don't believe this song has real lyrics. I think it's all just made up. 22, Mastodon. Maybe. What does it have to say? Sonically, Mastodon has always been one of modern metal's most outlandishly brilliant acts. But I think maybe you could put them 22, longevity-wise, popularity-wise. But, you know, for like a prog metal act, I'd rather see like Opeth here at 22 if they don't have Opeth here later on. But I think, you know what I mean? But I think this is okay. That's an okay place for that. I'm not upset. Number 21, Sepultura. Is that not a quote from the Megadeth song? Or maybe that's a quote from some other song or some other place. Yeah, 21 for Sepultura. I feel like you could probably safely put Sepultura top 20. And I wouldn't be mad. You know what I mean? Especially when you consider outside of North America. You know what I mean? Type O Negative. They even go on to earn their label Roadrunner Records its first platinum-selling album with 1994's Bloody Kisses. Okay, I didn't know they got the first platinum for Roadrunner. That sort of changes my opinion. If that's the case, okay, I can see 20 being a good spot for Type O Negative. 19 for Motorhead. Probably could have put this higher. This is the first band that I had on my list, actually. So I had them at number 5. So there you have them at number 19. But top 20 is not too bad. Top 20 is not too bad. Yeah, I think you could definitely move this up. You could definitely move this up. I think top 10. Number 18. Okay. Oh, all right, boys. Death in the top 20, I can respect that. I think at 18, that's a very solidly respectable place for Death. And while me personally, they're like my, favorite metal band, really. Well, I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and make that list. But Death at number 18, I think that's a very respectable spot, top 20. I feel like realistically, you could probably bump them up to top 10, maybe at like 10, just for their influence on death metal, of course. Progressive death metal, technical death metal, and melodic death metal. Like they sort of had, the core elements of sort of all the blossoming of the death metal tree, I guess if you want to say. But I think 18 is respectable, and I'm not too upset about it. Throughout their career, Death proved that there's more to extreme music than just provocative, gruesome lyrics and blistering fast instrumentals. True. Number 17, Dio. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think top 20 for Dio could be fair. Holy Diver, very, very important record. Absolutely. Rest in peace, both these guys. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Actually, it's 3. Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. Damn, they're really putting all the heartstrings. I feel like you could top 30 maybe would be okay, but I can see 17 for sure. You guys should definitely go check out my video on Holy Diver. I did a whole deep dive on that. Go check that out. That was a good video. Worked hard on that one. Okay, Megadeth at number 16. Handlebarred Dave Mustaine Can't Hurt You. Number 16, okay. Top 20, I can agree with that. You probably could bump this up to top 10 maybe, but I feel like 16 is a good place for Megadeth. I feel like 16 is a good place. The love for Megadeth has more increased in the last 5 years. Has anyone else sort of felt that? It really feels like Rust in Peace has become, not that it wasn't loved before, but now it's sort of become like a holy relic. You know what I mean? Like worshipped on an altar. And rightfully so. Like one of the greatest metal albums of all time. Number 15, Gojira. Now, I feel like before the Olympics, I think top 30 would have been good. But now since the Olympics, I think top 20 is definitely a good spot for Gojira. Definitely since the Olympics, I think 15 is a very respectable place and absolutely deserved. Gojira slaps. Number 14, Korn. Interesting. I had Korn in the top 10, but 14, that's a respectable part. Absolutely love the sequin tracksuit. I think Korn, top 20, definitely. Rammstein, Nummer 13. Rammstein, top 15, top 20. Yeah, dude, I think top 25 would be better. Like 13, I don't know. Okay. Maybe. Bit of a stretch, I agree. Give me the top 38 metal bands. Let's see what it gives us here. TIMEBOLT here. Oh, Amon Amarth. Dude. 38 for car. Dude, their list is 100% Chat GPT, bro. 100%. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Dude, it almost generated the same thing. Pretty close, honestly. Pretty close. Deftones at number 12. I feel like Deftones being up here is definitely a recent development. If you had made this list 5 years ago, dude, would they have even been on this list 5 years ago? Like, really, and true, in all honesty. Like, of course, White Pony was a good and big album, but... You know, like, would it have been? Anyways, love Deftones. Expect a deep dive on a Deftones song coming up in about a month or so. But number 12, though, of all time... Dude, I don't think so. 12 of all time. I like top 30. Top 30 you could put them in, and I think that'd be better. Okay, that's all I have to say to that. Okay. Number 11, System of a Down. I think this is a respectable top 15 pick. System of a Down, I think. You got to think, man, like Mesmerize and Hypnotize, those were huge albums, bro. Like huge. Not to mention Toxicity. Yeah, I think top 15 is very well suited for System of a Down, to be honest. Their debut I've been loving recently. Their debut is very weird, man. But like, it's kind of funny. A lot of the stuff that they're talking about on their debut, like they're talking about like kombucha, psychedelics and stuff like that, has all become sort of more mainstream. You know what I mean? I would love to see Damien or Serge, maybe just Damien, on like the Joe Rogan podcast. I feel like they would get along great. You know what I mean? I think they called it quits at the right time. They ended on a very strong note. You like Joe Rogan? I don't know. I don't listen to Joe Rogan like all the time, but if there's somebody who I like, I guess I will go listen to it or listen to like a highlights of it. I don't have the time to sit for 3 hours, listen to the Joe go on about grizzly bears and stuff like that. But I mean, like, the influence of Joe Rogan's podcast is almost impossible to ignore. Just the amount of clips of Joe Rogan's podcast that I've seen on my shorts feed is crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I watched that one with Dave Mustaine too. That was a good. James Maynard was on there. James Hetfield was also on his podcast once, and I've watched those episodes in the entirety. I also like the ones with Randall Carlson. If anybody knows, you know. If you know, you know. Shout out Cosmographia. Yeah, I'm definitely more of like a Matt and Shane secret podcast type of guy if I'm going to listen to a podcast. But yeah, okay, back to the list. Top 15, System of a Down. I can definitely dig it. Number 10, Avenged Sevenfold. Number 10? Hailing from Huntington Beach, California, Avenged Sevenfold are easily one of the metal's most popularized. Dude, why does it say popularized, bro? What the hell is that? I don't know if I would put them at 10. For sure. Top 50? Okay. Yeah, I could get top 50, even like top 25, maybe. At least this is like a metalcore band here, right? So I'll take it. Number 9, we have Tool. Top 10 for Tool. I don't know. I feel like Tool you could probably safely put as a top 25 band. But they are extremely popular, even for the music they make. And I remember hearing Vicarious and The Pot on rock radio early in the whenever 10,000 Days came out. So, you know, okay. Number 8, Slayer. Is that what I had Slayer at? No, I had Slayer at number 7. Pretty close. Yeah, Slayer, definitely top 10 metal band. Just like the influence that they have is absolutely massive. Rain and Blood, masterpiece. Yeah, I don't know. Like I've number 8, I can definitely agree with that. Number 7, Slipknot. We had Slipknot at number 10. Interesting. Okay. There's not been a band that's graced heavy metal scene this century that has brought out the same level of hype and excitement that Slipknot had in the late 90s. True. Top 10, we had them at 10, so I agree with that. You know, they're huge, very heavy, extremely popular. I don't see why not. Yeah. Number 6, Ozzy Osbourne. Oh! Let's go! We guessed it, boys. We guessed it. Let's go. Number 6, totally agree. 100%. Great spot. Love it. Number 5, Judas Priest. Okay. That's still top 5, which is really good. I can respect it. I think we had Judas Priest at 3. Okay. So that's not too big of a difference. Should be a drinking game. Okay, you have one drink to drink. Yeah. I don't know. Number 5. I think they could be higher, but I'm okay with that. Number 4, Pantera. Can you really put Pantera before Judas Priest? We're like, maybe. What do we have Pantera at number 8? Okay. Outside of Metallica and Slayer, it's hard to put a finger on any other metal act in the late 80s and early 90s that have had a significant impact on the genre Pantera has. True. Yeah, okay, you know what? ChatGPT makes a good point. It makes a good point, to be honest. Yeah, Certified Hood Classic. I agree with that statement entirely, for sure. Number 3, Iron Maiden. I think that's where we had Iron Maiden. Oh, no, we had a number 4. Okay. But okay, yeah, so we're sitting here, Iron Maiden number 3. I think it's quite obvious what the last 2 bands are. Black Sabbath and Metallica. But which one is going to take the crown? I put Metallica number 2. So let's see. Oh! Black Sabbath is number 2. So that means Metallica is number 1. Metallica. Let's see what they have to say about Metallica. And then I'll give my comments here. Yeah. I think, to be fair, there's definitely an argument to put Black Sabbath at number 1. They're the genesis of it, right? The creators, the originators. You can definitely put them at number 1. But it really, really is hard to ignore just the vast commercial success and vast popular influence that Metallica's had. Like, isn't the Black Album, doesn't it still appear on like the top selling albums today? You know what I mean? Like, that is just so impressive. I would say ChatGPT did a halfway decent job, to be quite honest. Some decent picks, some notable omissions, I would argue. Killswitch Engage, Trivium, Cradle of Filth. Like, if you're going to put Behemoth, but not Cradle of Filth. No power metal to speak of. I think you probably could have put Blind Guardian or Halloween on here. Yeah, honestly, like, all in all, truly not too bad. In Flames, maybe. Varvis approved ChatGPT. I'd say they're like halfway approved. You could probably honestly throw in like maybe like Whitechapel. Maybe like the Black Dahlia Murder, like right in the 30s. I think that would be okay. Yeah, Venom would be one that was missing. Mayhem. Could probably even argue Burzum. Celtic Frost. You know, really a lot of black metal wasn't on this list at all. Maybe for, you know, it is Forbes, I guess. You know what I mean? No hair metal on here either. Like, you know, I'm not the biggest Motley Crue fan. You probably could have put Motley Crue, Def Leppard. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, honestly, all in all, decent list. I'm not too upset. I thought that was okay. Let's see what Nick Nocturnal had to say, because I saw he made the video, and that's what inspired me to come back, because I was actually away over the weekend. Otherwise, I would have done this yesterday.
Ooh, big day for the world of here.
Now this is Slopception.
I think they're the biggest.
No Scorpions. Death metal is the worst music you've heard so far.
Are very rich. Ooh, business. Ooh. Yeah, not brands. I'm not.
Okay, those should go pretty hard. Everyone go like my comment.
.ca. Cool kid for life. All right.
Dude, .ca, bro? Nick, you don't even live in Canada anymore, bro.
Let's go. It instantly asked me.
I'm pissed. Yeah, blah, blah. Okay, come on. I swear to God, I didn't watch this video. Okay, I want to see what he says. Top 10.
I haven't heard a modern band and been like, oh, dude, yeah, like, you definitely love so. Bands are like, how the do I even try to replicate this?
That's very true, man. Can you even, like, begin to replicate System of a Down? Like
if someone says your
Tool could be up there.
Holy shit, we live in a world Forbes just...
You know, I think that was a great point too. Like, this was a very non-boomer metal list. They think if Quentin was actually a real person, he's probably like 40 years old, not like 65. That, you know, the way that most of the other lists are made. You know what I mean? I've never heard a single Tool song. Go listen to Tool. What's wrong with you? Oh yeah, no Linkin Park at all. No Limp Bizkit. Yeah, okay. Black Sabbath number. Okay. Yeah, no Linkin Park is criminal. Like, not having Linkin Park in the top 38, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Oh, he is supposedly a real person. Dude, look at this. 70,000 views on his article. This list is very 2000s, isn't it? I would say it's definitely like late millennial or elder millennial tier list, I guess you would say. So someone my age, I'm 29, probably wouldn't have made the same list. Maybe there would have been some newer bands, more metalcore bands, I guess. But it's not like the boomer list that you see. And I think that's what's so crazy here, is that metalheads are so starved for attention of any kind that it doesn't really matter, right? You just kind of give us whatever you give. List is very much growing up with metalhead dad, dude, exactly. That's the best way I could have put it. Absolutely.